You've already missed 2 opportunities with her tonight, and you didn't even notice. A woman will never walk up and say, "I like you, make a move." That's not reality. Instead, she'll do something far quieter. She'll touch something. And if you don't know what that something is, congratulations, you just blew your chance. She's already moved to the guy who actually watches. Here's the part that might sting. According to a study in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior, over 90% of emotional communication happens without a single word. That means the most important conversation she's having with you isn't coming from her mouth. It's happening with her hands, and most men are completely clueless at reading it. So let me be brutally honest. As a woman, we aren't as mysterious as men think. We give away a huge amount of information through what we touch, how we move, and where our hands go when we're near someone we truly want. The problem isn't that women are impossible to read. The problem is no one ever taught you the language. Today, that changes. What I'm sharing isn't recycled dating advice. This is real behavioral psychology backed by research from Harvard, Princeton, and the Kinsey Institute. I spent weeks going through studies, expert analyses, and my own experiences as a woman who has done every single one of these things without realizing it. Before we get to the first sign, I need to tell you something. The last sign on this list, number 8, is the one that catches most men completely off guard because it doesn't look like flirting at all. Most guys interpret it as the opposite of attraction. But when a woman does it, she's already imagining what it would be like to be with you. So stay until the end. That one alone could change every interaction from now on. Let's dive in. The first thing a woman touches when attracted to you is her hair. I know, you're thinking that's obvious. Everyone knows that, but here's what you don't know. There's a massive difference between casually pushing hair away because it's windy and deliberately playing with it because you're standing there. Dr. David Givens, who directs the Center for Nonverbal Studies, has spent over 30 years researching courtship signals. According to his research, when a woman repeatedly touches, twists, or flips her hair during conversation with a man, it's one of the most ancient and reliable courtship signals in our species. It's not conscious. It's neurological. Attraction releases dopamine and norepinephrine, increasing nervous energy in the hands. Hair is the first place that energy goes. Here's how to tell. If she touches her hair once and moves on, that's grooming. But if she keeps doing it, twisting it, sweeping it to one side, pulling it over a shoulder to expose her neck, that's not accidental. That's her body screaming, "Look at me." Speaking of the neck, that leads to the next sign, which is even more revealing. When a woman lightly touches her neck or runs her fingers along her collarbone while talking to you, something specific is happening. The neck is one of the most vulnerable areas of the body. Evolutionarily, exposing or drawing attention to it is a trust signal. She is telling you without words that she feels safe and wants you to notice her intimately. Body language expert Vanessa Van Edwards has pointed out that neck touching in women during interactions with men, they find attractive increases by nearly 300% compared to men they have no interest in. 300%. That is biology. And from a female perspective, when I catch myself touching my neck around a guy, I usually don't realize it until after the conversation. It's almost embarrassing how involuntary it is. So if you see this, trust it. Her body is more honest than her words. This one is subtle but powerful. If a woman touches her lips, lightly pressing a finger, biting her lower lip, or slowly applying lip balm while holding eye contact, she's not just moisturizing. She's drawing attention to one of the most sensual parts of her face. Research from the University of Manchester used eye tracking and found that when men look at a woman's face, They spend about 43% of that time focused on her lips, especially if the lip color contrasts with her skin. Women know this instinctively. That's why lipstick was invented. So when she touches her lips, she's amplifying a signal evolution already wired you to respond to. If that isn't a green light, I don't know what is. But the next one separates maybe interested from definitely interested. When a woman starts fidgeting with her jewelry, playing with her necklace, spinning a ring, tugging an earring, it's one of the clearest signs her nervous system is activated by you. This is what behavioral psychologists call a self-soothing displacement behavior. It happens when the body experiences a surge of emotional arousal, excitement, nervousness, attraction, and needs a physical outlet. The jewelry becomes a tool for managing the internal chaos you're causing. Dr. Bert Morabian found that when people are emotionally engaged, self-touching increases significantly. The more attracted she is, the more she needs to do with her hands. And if those hands keep going to her necklace, especially above her chest, she's subtly directing your eyes exactly where she wants them. You're welcome. Now we shift from self-touching to direct contact. If a woman reaches out and touches your arm, shoulder, or hand during conversation, she is breaking a major social barrier. Physical touch between two people not yet intimate is a big deal neurologically. A study from DePaul University found that a brief touch increases the recipient's perception of warmth, trust, and attractiveness toward the initiator. She's not just expressing interest, she's making you feel more connected to her. From a woman's perspective, when I touch a guy's arm and he doesn't acknowledge it, no smile, no lean, no mirror, it feels like throwing a ball and watching it hit him in the chest and fall. No catch, it's deflating. So gentlemen, if she touches your arm, don't freeze. Acknowledge it, lean in, mirror it. She just told you everything without opening her mouth. This one is sneaky. When you're sitting across from a woman at a bar or coffee shop, watch what she does with her glass. If she's slowly running her finger around the rim, tracing the edge, or sliding her finger up and down the stem of a wine glass, that's a textbook seduction gesture. Former FBI behavioral analyst Joe Navarro writes that object manipulation during conversation strongly indicates emotional engagement and potential sexual interest. The glass becomes a stand-in. She's channeling the physical energy of her attraction into an object because she can't channel it directly at you yet. If she's doing this while holding eye contact and smiling, and you still can't tell she's interested, watch this video twice. When a woman starts adjusting her clothing in front of you, straightening her top, smoothing her skirt, tugging a sleeve, she is preening. That's one of the oldest courtship behaviors in the animal kingdom. Jeffrey Miller has drawn parallels between human preening and birds grooming before a potential mate. It's about presentation. She wants to look her best because she's competing for your attention. The key is context. If she adjusted before you walked in, that's self-care. If she starts after noticing you or while talking to you, that's targeted. She cares how she looks in your eyes. That tells you everything. Now, sign number 8, the one most men completely misinterpret. When a woman rests her chin on her hand, cradles her own face, or gently touches her cheek while listening to you, most men think boredom. They think she's zoning out. That's almost always wrong. What she's actually doing is called facial framing, one of the most intimate self-touch signals. Psychologist Dr. Monica Moore studied over 200 women and cataloged 52 nonverbal flirting behaviors. Facial self-touching was among the top 10 signals from women attracted to a male counterpart. Why? When she frames her face with her hands, she's unconsciously directing your attention to her eyes, her smile, her expressions. She's saying, "See me, really see me." It's vulnerable and soft. If you've ever been across from a woman with her chin in her hand, eyes locked on yours, smiling while you talked, and you thought she was bored? She wasn't bored, my friend. She was falling for you, and you missed it. Not a single one of these signals involves words. That's why most men miss them. We live in a world that teaches us to listen to what people say, but the body speaks first and louder. Her words might say, just friendly. Her hands, posture, and gestures tell the real story. Now that you have this knowledge, don't manipulate or assume, just pay attention. Next time you're talking to a woman and you see her twisting her hair, touching her neck, playing with her necklace, or resting her chin in her hand while looking at you, don't just stand there. Recognize it. Respond. She's already halfway across the bridge. All you have to do is meet her in the middle. And now that you understand how a woman signals attraction through touch, there's another side to this. What she actually wants you to do about it. Knowing she's interested is only half the battle. What she's hoping happens next, that's where men either step up or fumble. I made a video called 7 Dirty Things Women Secretly Want Men to Do But Never Say Out Loud. The hair touching, lip biting, arm grazing, those are invitations. That video tells you exactly what she's inviting you to do. Click it. If you understood today's video, that one will connect every remaining dot.